In this video, I'll be talking about a new product by Lykus. It is the Lykus Titan MA310 case. This case is for the DJI Air 3 Pro and the DJI RC2 or the RC-N2 controller. So let's check it out. Lykus was kind enough to provide this case for me to do a review. However, my opinions are my own, and no, I'm not being paid to do this review for them. So let's talk about this case. Now, the nice thing about the Lykus case is they do have a very nice modern design to them. I do like the outside design. It's very much the same whether you've got the Lykus case for the Mavic 3 or if you've got the case for the Avata. They're pretty much all the same. There's more cases that they do provide, but again, it's the same design. It's a very good modern design. I do like it. I do like the texture of the case. The material of the case is a polypropylene material. It is a very good, strong material, and it handles both shock and pressures pretty good. I think the overall structure of the case, the design itself, adds to that strength of the case, which is kind of a good thing. So pretty good. They do have their nice logo here, and you do have an extra spot here for any other additional labels that you might want to add to this case. On the bottom of the case, you'll notice here they do have the long hinge here, which is kind of nice. I'm kind of glad that most cases have that. And Lykus is pretty good about having the long hinge as opposed to two separate little hinges there. It does add pretty good strength to the case, so having that is a very good thing. You also have the feet here to keep the case upright. And on the top here, I'm going to turn it around. Now, at the top of the case, the one thing I do like about Lykus is, unlike most of the other cases, the handle itself, it's all pretty much that rubber silicone material. And it's not just on the bottom part of the handle. They actually do the whole handle itself, which I kind of like that. It just feels really good to the hand when you're kind of making a grip here on the handle. So that's a really nice thing. You also have a pressure valve here, which is kind of nice. You want to make sure that's closed as well, by the way, to help with the waterproofness of the case. You also have a dual latch type opening here. So I do like these latches because, again, they're kind of takes two steps to actually get them to open. You have to press, of course, and then lift up. So that's kind of a nice thing about the case. I do like that. They do have the sidewalls as well to kind of help from any accidental opening the latch. Over here too, you have the two spots here where you can put a lock on there too if you want, so that's another nice thing. Let's cover what's inside the case. So inside the case, you're going to notice one thing. When we talk about waterproofness, the certification of the water tightness of this case, they rate this a IP67 rating. Now, exactly what that means, I can't really tell you, but I do know it's definitely a good waterproof level. This one is one that you can submerge, and I mean temporarily, but not long term. Obviously, any case that you leave long term, eventually water will seep in. So you definitely want to avoid that, but it will float, and it does come very useful if you're like on a boat. So that's kind of a nice thing. If you accidentally fell off the boat, then you obviously wouldn't have to worry about your drone getting wet. The other thing about the waterproofness here is the fact that it's got a gasket, and it's a very sticky gasket. It's kind of a nice stickiness to it, and I think that also helps in making it more waterproof. And it does have that on the lid of the case. You also have that nice foam on the case over here, which is kind of nice, and that adds to the protection of the drone and the accessories. Inside here, you do have a nice sheet here that kind of goes through the details of this case, which is kind of nice. I'm going to put this on the side. Now, inside here, one thing I wish they would have done is kind of added that nice blue layer they did with the Avata case. but in this one they kind of went with a black layer for the foam here. But in either case, it's pretty good. I just, was kind of preferred personally. I like the blue. It kind of looked pretty cool. But either way, that's kind of nice that they do add a layer at the top of the foam. This is an EVA type foam. They use CNC precision cutting to do the cutouts for the items that go in the case, which is kind of nice. You can put your drone in here. There's no bottom storage area for the slot here where the drone goes, but that's not bad. Part of the reason is because this case is a kind of a shorter case. The dimensions on this case is about 16.4 by 13.4 by 5.7 inches from the top to the bottom. So it is not a high case, and the reason for that is you're kind of laying things flat in this case. Unlike some other cases like the Mavic 3, you can put stuff in vertically. This stuff goes in here pretty much just flat. On this side here, you do have a slot here for your charging hub, and on the bottom you have a cutout, which is kind of nice. If you have the 100 watt or the 65 watt charging adapter from DJI, they fit in here real nice. Here's my 65 watt that I use, and it fits there with no problems. And then you can then put your charging hub and batteries here. They do note that you can fit up to 4 batteries here, 1 on the drone and 3 here. I've got the Fly More combo kit, which pretty much only comes with 3 batteries. All the Fly More combo kits on average come with 3 batteries, but you can do up to 4. And one of the reasons I'm kind of noting that is that if you notice, there is no slots for batteries here or extra batteries. This is why Lykus notes that you can do up to 4 batteries. But that's pretty good overall. I've never really used more than 3 batteries when I go out in the field. So, it's kind of one of those preference things, but that's what you can hold in here. You also have a slot here, and let me pull this out and talk about what this is. They do sell a lanyard on the Lykus website, and I believe you might find this on Amazon as well, but they sell the lanyards for your controllers, and we'll kind of talk a little bit about the controller. But I would look at this here. They do have a 5% discount, whether you're doing it through Amazon or through LykusTech.com. So those are the 2 places you can get your lanyard if you need one. You also have slot here, of course, for your propellers, and that's where your propellers can go if you take your propellers with you. I usually take an A and a B propeller spare just in case when I go out in the field, but you can put them all in there. They kind of fit really well. You also have some space here for other things, like I've got a filter here, which is my polarizer filter, along with my USB-C cable that comes with my Fly More combo kit. And here is where you have your slot, whether you're doing the RC2 controller or the RC-N2 controller. For example, here's the RC-N2 controller that I've got. You can pretty much use it as is right now. It does have that foam insert here so that you can put in your RC-N2 controller. My only thing about this that I find challenging, and I hope that Lykus has a solution to this. I'm noticing that if I have the N2 controller, I pretty much have to take the whole thing out in order to be able to take this controller out, because if I were to leave this here and I were to push this all the way, there's just no way for me to take this out this way. I pretty much have to take the whole foam piece out to get this out. I think that's kind of not cool. It's just too much of a challenge. But if I were to just put this in here and just do partial, maybe, that's probably one way that I could pretty much take it out. That's about the only way I know. I just wish they had kind of a finger cutout that you could have done with this foam insert. So But if you do have the RC2 controller, you take that foam insert away and you can pretty much put your controller in there very easily. It does have the finger spot here to actually pull this out. They also did a nice job in that they did cutouts for the screws here for the lanyard. So if you have your lanyard, you can definitely just keep that. You can actually put your lanyard down here. In fact, you can also put in your ND filters from DJI. They can actually fit in there, and just put those in there. And at the same time, you can put the lanyard down there as well and still have your controller in there. So there you have it. It's a pretty good case. For me, being that I kind of like the vertical way of putting in stuff, it's a little bit a different type of case for me, but I do like the layout. Actually, it's kind of nice in a way because you kind of see everything when you open it. Kind of looks really cool. I do use this to store my drones at home, and they come really handy when I go out in the field. I can throw this in my car or truck, and it's just a easy open up the back of the vehicle and pretty much just open it and start using the stuff. So there you have it. This is the Lykus Titan MA310 case for the DJI Air 3 Pro, and with the RC2 controller or the RC-N2 controller. So pretty good case overall. I'll put a link in the description to where you can purchase this. You can either purchase this through the lykustech.com site or even on Amazon, and check out for discounts. I know that every once in a while you'll see some discounts out there, and so I would check into that as well. And please don't forget to click on the like for this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. For those that have, I do appreciate you guys subscribing. And thanks for watching this video, and have a good day.